Do you know what is actually going to happen? You are kind of going to see someone, and you're going to get in touch with someone this month who you haven't seen in a really long time, who you haven't seen in absolute ages. And it's not only about getting in touch with somebody like a blast from the past or somebody from a long time ago. It's more about what this particular person is actually going to trigger within you. Because the number, when it comes to numerology, it's number 67, and this is clearly showing, I'm sorry, it's not 69, I'm joking. This is clearly showing that there is a one specific person from your past who is about to reappear in your life, which is going to make you feel really good. You're going to love this on so many different levels, because this particular person also means to you so much. And it's someone maybe you haven't seen in absolute ages, but there are specific people in our spiritual journey that we don't see in like 30 years, 20 years, 10 years. And every single time we see these specific people or we come across them, we feel exactly the same. It doesn't matter if we change. It doesn't matter at all. The essence always stays intact. So this in itself is so important, because that particular person is going to trigger something within you. Not only you're going to feel so kind of good and so pleased with yourself, not only that, but it's more about what exactly is going to be triggered within you. You are going to be reminded of like your life from a long time ago, and that in itself, it's going to remind you of certain memories. And what you're going to become aware of, like once you start thinking about certain memories, you will not even realize this. You will not even get this. You will not even understand this straight away. It is indeed going to take just a little while, but this is only the beginning of you needing to understand that it's not only about you being reminded of certain memories, but what exactly you're going to be reminded of. It's going to be completely life-changing. Why? Because it's going to make you feel so confident. You're going to remind yourself about yourself from a long time ago. And that in itself, it's really kind of going to trigger something within you. It's going to open your eyes. But most importantly, it's the confidence that you are going to gain about some kind of success, something that you're working on in your life, that you slowly but surely started to kind of lose your confidence in within the last few months in particular. The last year was a little bit strange, but within the last few months you started to lose a certain confidence with an element of your life that means to you like, oh my God, like so much, that means to you a lot. And this sometimes happens. It sometimes happens. So it's just a part of our spiritual journey. But the bottom line is that you are going to not only be reminded reminded of certain memories, but this in itself is going to give you so much confidence on one hand to carry on with some kind of project, something that you're working on, something that you stumble upon within the last few months. But at the same time, it is going to make you realize something even more important, that you actually have everything that you possibly need in order to make an important step, an important move. And even more so, at around the same time, you are going to see such a strange and bizarre and unusual sign. This unusual sign that you're going to see, that you're going to become aware of, it's going to be very, very strange and very unusual, and it's also going to kind of make you aware of like the world beyond this world. It's going to like kind of make you aware of different dimensions, if you kind of get my drift. But at the same time, that sign that you're going to have, it's also like going to be so obvious, because it's more at around the time what you were actually thinking about, what you were thinking of, off, and then you will see that sign, and this is gonna shout like pretty loud and pretty clear that there is like some kind of opportunity that you were thinking about, that this is something that you really need to go for. You really need to go for. And very shortly after you see that sign, that it's really kind of going to be obvious to you that you need to go for this particular opportunity. And then by the time you get to the last 2 days of April, you are going to have a mind-blowing opportunity that you wouldn't even notice, you wouldn't even realize if you weren't aware of all this. Because one thing, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's going to most certainly and most importantly lead to another. You just need to remember to be patient and to not to worry about money. There is some kind of element of money worry and this and that. No, baby, no. Just don't worry about financial situation and don't worry about money and finances whatsoever. And if this is something that's standing in your way, if this is something that's creating a blockage in your life, then you just kind of have to release this blockage, because the more you worry about money and finances, if you want to do something on money and finances don't allow me, the more you worry about it, the more blockage you are going to create, and the more you just go forward and with your life, the luckier you're actually going to be. So please, the bottom line is to not to worry about money when it comes to this, because I know that this is going to be kind of affecting you just a little bit. And also, when it comes to April, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you are going to have such a interesting vision, very interesting vision in between the 17th and the 22nd of April. Very, very interesting vision. And this is going to be like, oh my God, it's going to come to you completely out of the blue, out of the blue. You're going to be working on something important. You're going to be working on something where you're going to really enjoy yourself. You're going to be enjoying yourself, and you're going to be extremely creative. You're going to be very happy. You're going to be very happy. You're going to be very elevated. You're going to be very creative, and you're going to be really enjoying yourself like there is no tomorrow, like the biggest mama. You're really going to be enjoying yourself. And at that moment in time, something is going to come to you, some kind of a vision. And that vision is this time going to be a little bit different. Why? This is going to be like a proper intuitive psychic vision, proper intuitive psychic message, which is going to make you aware of somehow that the worst stage, a very bad and negative stage in your life, is slowly but surely coming to an end. It's more under the lines like, the worst is over. This is going to mean to you so much. It is very difficult to explain how exactly you're going to feel, but you will know exactly what I mean, because that in itself, it's really kind of going to make you feel so happy, because you were worried and worried and worried. And this worrying affected you. It affected your planning. It affected your present being. It affected your things that you're doing now, and most importantly, it was affecting you from kind of enjoying yourself in life. So this is why this is going to be so important indeed. When it comes to the actual nutrition, my gorgeous Sagittarini, like before, I highly suggest you to take a natural vitamin D3, which is going to boost your immune system, and it's going to be superb for your sensitive bones, alongside with natural zinc picolinate, which is a perfect combination to boost your immune system, but it's also perfect for skin, hair and nails. And the third supplement that I highly suggest you, it's organic chlorella. Organic chlorella is a mind-blowing natural supplement which is rich in protein and omega-3 essential fatty acids, which our body cannot produce by itself, but it's super essential when it comes to our immune system, when it comes to our mind, when it comes to our brain, when it comes to our memory, when it comes to our concentration levels, and it makes us feel good. So these are the three supplements I highly recommend you. And also, when it comes to organic chlorella, it has got the power to actually detoxify all the dangerous metals that are within our body, because dangerous metals are sadly, unfortunately, nowadays absolutely everywhere. So of course I have my own brand, without any chemicals, without any rubbish, and these are made with a superb quality ingredients. Now that's organic chlorella. I highly recommend you to get this. That's a vitamin D3, and that's a zinc picolinate. Okay, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. And to buy these supplements, the link is going to be in the description below. Just click on the name of this video and it's going to expand, or you just simply go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins and my page is going to come up that way as well. Now, the very first date that I need you to pay attention to, my gorgeous Sagittarini, very first date that I need you to pay attention to, it's going to be on the very much so 3rd of April. On the 3rd of April, it's like brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant what is actually going to happen. As soon as you wake up in the morning, something is going to be on your mind. Some kind of issue that you've left behind, that you hate, that you don't like talk about, that you don't like think about. Something like very much so that affected you like a while back at a certain stage of your life, at a certain stage of a spiritual journey, and this problem and this issue affected you to the point where you just wanted to bury this into the ground, baby. You just wanted to kind of like make sure this disappears, you know, at the back of your subconscious mind. You know, when you suppress things, you know, we do this like with things obviously in life that maybe we can't cope with automatically, immediately, so we just kind of suppress certain things, and then later, you know, when we are ready, kind of we unpack them one by one without even realizing, subconsciously and consciously. You know, there's so many ways that we kind of deal with things in life, but the bottom line is here that you are gonna wake up literally in the morning and you're gonna have that problem on your mind, and you will see, like, it's just so bizarre, because I told you this before, when we sleep, we travel, we have astral projections every night, but we don't remember. We dream, but we don't necessarily remember dreams, but we remember specific things, like a one particular word, which is going to be that problem which you left in behind, which you almost like kind of forgot about. Now you're going to be reminded of this. So what is going to be different? You know what? Because you are going to have a completely different like mindset when it comes to that as soon as you become aware of this, and you will want to deal with it. You will want to do something about it. You will want to make the necessary move. You will want to make the necessary step, and you're going to surprise yourself how optimistic you're going to feel. Well, this is because that problem, it's actually going to be resolved within the next 17 days after that moment in time. This is something that was going on for years in your life, but it's going to be sorted within the next 17 days. But all you need to do is just like kind of take this on and do not ignore it, because something like this has been affecting you for a while, and it is going to be affecting you until you deal with it. Now the time is absolutely right, but your intuition is going to be telling you, yeah baby, just go for it, just go for it, just go for it. You will see, my gorgeous Sagittarini, exactly what I mean, because this in itself, it's very, very important. Another thing I was going to recommend you would be absolutely gorgeous Botswana agate pendant. Look at how beautiful this baby is. Hello, my gorgeous Botswana, here I come. You see this gorgeous Botswana agate pendant? It's beautiful. It instantly elevates you. It gives you energy. It gives you courage. It's basically for stamina. It's for vitality. It's for strength. It's for confidence. It's helpful to bring information to the surface that's deeply rooted in our subconscious mind. Like, I mean, come on. We have centuries and centuries of knowledge. You know what I mean? At the back of our subconscious mind. When you wear something like this, you can't do things wrong. It helps you to express yourself in the best possible way. And at the time when we find ourselves like a terrible energy vampires, and then we just don't act the way we normally kind of act, but that's not good if we are dealing with something important. So this really helps you to kind of ground yourself, recenter yourself, and make the most of like a very important situation that you're dealing with, for example. So this is a brilliant communicator, but also it opens your mind, and then you understand things from a different angle, you know, and that in itself really shows you the different ways and the different aspects of the particular situation, you know, that can just like kind of bring so much more into your life, on your spiritual journey. So this gorgeous Botswana agate pendant comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this, my gorgeous Sagittarini, is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. I have to say that. So now the second important date is going to be on the 5th of the actual April. Now you need to be careful here, my gorgeous Sagittarini. On the 5th of April, do not make an impulsive mistake, because someone is going to like kind of piss you off. Someone is going to be maybe like rude to you, or someone is going to be like a little bit horrible to you. And this is where things are going to start. But who is going to be rude to you? Maybe it's going to be your teenage child. Maybe it's going to be like, somebody in your life, somebody who means to you so much. So like maybe family member or a certain friend, somebody who you have a very strong bond with. But so it's more like about not like disliking that person or not liking that person, but just to be taken back a little bit stressed, and so you must not allow that to take a better of you. It's just going to be about something really petty. But basically on the 5th of April, so this is why you must not make an impulsive mistake, because if you make an impulsive mistake, then you are not going to kind of you're not going to have a recognition, and this is so important. But so do not make an impulsive move, do not make an impulsive mistake after that situation happens, after someone winds you up, like for example, because you are going to be dealing with something really important. But what you need to understand is like when someone is a little bit rude to you, then this will be your sign to work more on something you need to kind of put more time and effort towards something that you're working on. You need to put more energy towards. So I know that this sounds really crazy. So someone is going to be rude to you, and this is going to be a sign that you need to put more energy towards something. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. This is very important. And also you're going to understand that you're almost done and finished, with something like that was dragging for so long, that you're almost done and finished, that this is going to be all part of that final push. And this is also going to help you to not to allow yourself to be brainwashed as well, and you will know exactly what I mean. I think that it's going to be absolutely obvious what was making you so unhappy over the last 9 months, and what was making things so difficult to you and for you. Every single time before you wanted to start something new, the things would become really difficult for you. So this is going to become obvious how some kind of personal problem and issue, if it's left unresolved, then it's just going to kind of keep on affecting us. We can be strong, we can be powerful, but then again it's affecting us. And then when it comes to the situation like this, then things become kind of more clear and more clarity, which is ever so important. And also, my gorgeous Sagittarini, when it comes to the second dates, are going to be on the 19th and the 20th of April. Now, on the 19th and the 20th of April, you really have to be honest with yourself. You're like kind of like a big mama here, like a huge mama, in such a self-denial. You're in a self-denial about something, and you need to be honest with yourself. You're in self-denial about something, and because you're in self-denial, in a strong self-denial about something, that's making you not ready to go. That's making you to stay in a comfort zone. And at the time when you become aware of someone like a little bit deceptive, and someone a little bit sneaky, and someone very cheeky, that in itself, it's really going to kind of confirm certain things for you. And at the same time, when you become aware of someone deceptive and sneaky, you're also going to have a very much so you're not only going to become aware of someone deceptive and sneaky, but you're going to become aware of something that they did, and you don't like this person, you don't like what this person did. You don't like this person, but what this person did, it's really going to give you an idea. So an idea is going to come from some kind of little bastard here, but it's going to be a brilliant idea. It doesn't really matter. The brilliant idea that you are going to have from that person, through that person, is how to actually deal with a certain problem, how to attack certain problem, and that is going to give you a rather bold idea that you are going to talk to people about who mean to you so much, like a family or friends, and you are going to feel so good when you become aware of the fact that you're so supported with this. This is going to make you feel so happy, but it's also going to make you feel so creative, but it's also going to kind of like really reflect on your spiritual fulfillment, and that in itself is going to lead especially towards, by the end of the day on the 20th of April, at around the end of the day on the 20th of April, you are really going to become intuitive aware of something very specific here. You are going to be thinking about contemplation, big contemplation at around the end of the day on the 20th of April, big contemplation. And that contemplation that you're going to be thinking about, you know, you just have to trust your inner voice. This contemplation, it's a lot to do with the actual some kind of family problem, some kind of family matter, and you have to really understand that intuitively you know exactly what to do. Intuitively you will know exactly what to do. But if you don't do this, my gorgeous Sagittarini, then you're not going to overcome a huge obstacle. If you do exactly at the time of this contemplation, if you do exactly what your intuition is telling you, listen to me very carefully, if you do exactly what your intuition is telling you, you're on one hand you're going to deal with a very difficult family problem, which is going to bring you huge reward in exactly 9 months time. In exactly 9 months time, mind-blowing, life-changing reward you will get through this. Not only that, but at the same time you are going to overcome a huge obstacle indeed. And pay attention to an important negotiation at around the 24th of April. At around the 24th of April, there is going to be an important negotiation with somebody who you really will not want to even see their face. But you need to do this. This is your challenge. The negotiation is going to be somebody who you really don't like, who you really dislike. You can't stand this person. But you need to understand that something mind-blowing, it's going to come out of that negotiation, something mind-blowing. You're going to realize something about yourself, but you're also going to become aware of an option for your life, in your life, that is going to change every single aspect of your life in the best possible way. So this is why this is going to be so important, my gorgeous Sagittarini. And another thing I was going to recommend you, tick tock. This is so beautiful. Listen, look at this. It's basically a solar quartz. That's a solar quartz pendant, and I highly recommend you to wear this, my gorgeous Sagittarini, throughout April, May and June. And solar quartz is so powerful because it enhances energy, it brings emotional strength and uplift with great power, and at the same time it improves the connection to spirit. So also by wearing this, you know, we become so much more deeper. We reconnect with ourselves in terms of us being more spiritual, but also in terms of us continuing with important things in life when it comes to our spirituality. Our spirituality is ridiculously important. It's like, oh my God. And sometimes people are throwing that word spirituality around, but don't really understand that if you're not a spiritual in this world, you're not going to make the most of it. The more spiritual you are, the more powerful you are going to be. The more spiritual you are, the more successful you are going to be. The more spiritual you are, the more confident you are going to be. And the more spiritual you are, the more spiritual you even become. You know, so it's like kind of, again, one thing leads to another. But then again, you just kind of start elevating yourself, and you don't allow silly and stupid and annoying things to affect you like ever again, because you know, you expand your mind, you expand your understanding, you know, and that way you just see things that you've never seen before. So this is why this is so important. This gorgeous solar quartz pendant comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel, my gorgeous Sagittarini, as well. So now it's time just to quickly raise your vibration. My gorgeous Sagittarini, it's time to raise your vibration, okay? Sagittarini, Sagittarini, Sagittari, Sagittari, Sagittarini, 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 Sagittari, Sagittari, Sagittarini, Sagittarini. Sagittarini, Sagittari, Sagittari, Sagitterini, 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 Sagittari, Sagittari, Sagitterini, 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 Sagittari, Sagittari, Sagitterini, Sagitterini. Sagittarini, Sagittari, Sagittari, Sagitterini, 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 Sagittari, Sagittari, Sagitterini, 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 Sagittari, Sagittari, Sagitterini, pam 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 pam. Param pam 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 para pam pa 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 pararam pam 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 param pam pam pa pam pa para pam para pa 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 pararam pam pa pa pam pam pa 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 pararam para pam para pam pa 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 pararam. Raise your vibration, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Raise your vibration. By the time you get to the actual 25th of April, oh my God, so much happiness. You are going to hear a mind-blowing news. This mind-blowing, incredible news that you are going to hear, it's going to make you happy. You're going to be happy like never before. Why? Because this in itself is going to mark the time when you are going to become aware of one of the biggest achievements and accomplishments of your life when it comes to things that you've been trying to achieve, things that you've been trying to work on. Like now things are finally moving on, but at the same time you're going to become even more excited because you are going to be able to do something that you wanted to do in an absolute ages. This is to do with a big change, that it's something that is going to give you so much pleasure, something that is going to bring so much peace into your life, so much love, so much contentment, something that is going to bring such a wonderful healing energy. But at the same time, this in itself, it's like basically going to, help you to trust yourself so much more, especially when it comes to those things that you're working on that you weren't too sure about. This in itself, it's also going to show you clearly what the power, how powerful you are, but it's also going to show you the power of your own creativity, but it's also going to show you what do you need to be creative about, and what do you need to be responsible for, what exactly do you need to be creative about. Because this in itself is going to lead probably towards absolutely mind-blowing manifestation in life. This is going to lead towards absolutely ultimate, not only achievement, but also happiness. My gorgeous Sagittarini, that's very, very important indeed. You see what I mean? Sagittarini, woo, Sagittarini. You see what I mean? And also, in between the 25th of April and the end of that month, the important conversation with someone who is so close to you, someone really beautiful, someone very close to you, there is going to be conversation, because you're going to go over there and you're going to talk about some kind of problem. You will want to talk to that person about something that's bothering you, but it's more about what's bothering you. It's like it's more about like you can't make a certain decision. You can't. You're going to be so indecisive, and you're going to be like, oh God, I'm so paranoid. I'm so worried about making this certain decision. So you're going to be talking to this person, and you're going to go over there. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm trying to make this decision, and this person is really going to have such a beautiful effect and impact on you. They're going to highlight exactly what needs to be highlighted. Through that person, you're going to understand what you did. But although you do understand what you did, but somehow, like listening about this from somebody else, it's going to mean to you so much. They're going to highlight to you about your life what you want to be highlighted without you saying this. That's exactly what they're going to do. So that in itself, that person is going to make you aware of some kind of solid foundation that has already been laid in your life. And this is going to mean to you so much. So the bottom line is that person is going to be playing an important role when it comes to you making a really important decision decision, and you are gonna make a right decision through that particular person. I'm not saying that you need someone in your life in order to make a decision, but this is exactly how things are gonna develop, because this in itself is already gonna lead towards you having a huge celebration already in 4, 5, 6, 7, already by the end of August 2023. By the end of August 2023, you are going to have a reason for celebration, one of the biggest and most powerful celebrations of your life, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. So now I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationships when it comes to the month of April. For those of you who are in relationships, okay, my gorgeous Sagittarini, for those of you who are in relationships, oh la la, you see this? This is going to come to you. This is to do with you specifically. While you're chilling out and while you're relaxing, it's to do with a specific problem. It's to do with something, you know, some kind of specific problem that you both have, that you both had to deal with. And I can see you, my gorgeous Sagittarius, and the problem that you had to deal with, the problem that you had, okay? The problem that you had to deal with, look, it affected your strength, it affected your confidence, but the actual problem, you see this, it was affecting you being committed to things that you should be committed to, but the actual problem, see this, stem, and it came from the time it happened because you weren't clear and direct at the time with something that you should have both been clear and direct with. And you were dealing with something and some kind of situation, and you were working on something, and then you stumble upon a certain problem, you both as a couple, and because you weren't direct, you weren't clear, you did not put your foot down, you did not put your point across, you didn't express yourself, you didn't explain yourself, this is what affected both of you. So now it created a problem. So almost as if you had a chance, you both back then, and now that chance has gone. This is how it seems like. And what is going to happen when it comes to like the month of April, you are, my gorgeous Sagittarius, what you're going to do, you're going to be like kind of like a really kind of chilling out, you're going to be relaxing, you're going to be like kind of recharging your batteries at some point in April. And whether you're going to be meditating or whether you're going to be chilling out, I know that it's going to happen at a time when you kind of feel like your batteries are recharged. Maybe you will go somewhere on a mini holidays. However this is actually going to happen, it's going to happen at around the time, at around the 17th and 18th and the 19th of April, where your battery, you're going to feel like you've been recharged. And once that happens, there is going to be a very, very important idea that is going to come to you both. And this particular idea that you are going to have, it's more about you both returning to an original plan and sticking to it. You both need to return to something traditional because you lost yourself, somehow you lost your plans a little bit. So now this is going to be a sign that you need to both return to something really traditional. And this in itself, it's to do with an old plan, and then start from there. Take an old plan like a new project, if that makes sense to you, my gorgeous Sagittarius. Now this is important, and it's time as well. You see this? This is an integral part of your spiritual journey. By the end of this month, you are both going to make such an important decision, and this decision that you're going to make, it's going to make both of you so much happier. Okay, because it really is to do with an ongoing plan, something that was again stuck, in the past. But this decision is just not only going to put you both closer together, but it's just going to make you feel so excited about your future. It's about what you wanted to do for an absolute ages, you and your partner, but then it was slowed down. Such a beautiful inspiration, but also at the same time, you are about about to give birth to something very, very special here. By the end of April, you're both going to give a birth to like some kind of a project or something which is literally going to change your life. You will know what am I talking about, because you're going to instantly feel so passionate about it like never before. So now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you that are single. Okay, what is going to happen to those of you that are single, my gorgeous Sagittarini? Okay, so what is going to happen to those of you that are single when it comes to the month of April? Sagittarini, Sagittarini, singlini, singlini, singlini. Oh my God, singlini. Singlini, 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 singlini. Oh my God, sorry. So now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I'm going to focus on those of you who are single. Okay? For those of you, oh my God. I mean, now it's time. What are you waiting for, baby? Look at this. Now it's time. I mean, whether you feel this or not, but you are getting to the stage where you are going to feel so good. From the beginning of April, you're going to feel rejuvenated. You're going to feel excited. You're going to feel optimistic. The return of a brand new and very, very special energy in your life. Make the most of it. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel rejuvenated. You're going to feel naughty, you're going to feel cheeky, you're going to feel happiness you haven't felt in absolute ages. You're going to notice lots of people are noticing you. This is because your energy is going to be super delicious throughout the month of April. So I highly suggest you to go out there and have some fun, because you are going to attract somebody very, very special, somebody very, very beautiful, somebody very, very significant, somebody who's going to be very strong and powerful, but somebody who's also going to match this absolutely magical vibration you're going to have. Make the most of it. What I want you to do, what I need you to do, is go out there and have some fun. I know you're going to be thinking a lot how things used to be, and that's exactly, it's going to be one of the main factors why you will want to kind of go out there and live your life. But you need to understand there is so much fun that you're going to have. You're going to gain like so much confidence through people. There are lots of people who are going to tell you throughout April, like, oh my God, you look amazing, what have you done, you look refreshed, and things like that. This is because your energy is going to be shining really brightly, both inside and out. At the moment, I don't see that you're going to meet the love of your life, but this is in April. But it's just so important for you to go out there and start meeting people. Well, you're gonna meet few different people throughout this month who are gonna play absolutely giant role when it comes to you coming out of yourself, when it comes to you coming out of your comfort zone, but when it comes to you also kind of realizing that there is so much more to life. You're gonna come across a very important people who are gonna stay in your life for a long time to come, you know. But at the same time, these people are so important because they are gonna inspire you, and they are going to kind of play a really big role when it comes to your personal reawakening, when it comes to you living your life and wanting to do things. These people are going to inspire you so much to live your life to the fullest and make the most of it. This month, it's going to play a giant role when it comes to someone absolutely mind-blowing walking into your life, but it's not going to happen in April. But April is just as important when it comes to you finding yourself kind of with your own comeback, when it comes to your, gorgeousness and things that you want to do in life. Indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.